Yo, what is up? It's your boy Markydan, the historian, coming to you with another episode of our weekly Friday roundup. This is going to be our sixth episode. I want to thank everybody that comes through. There's my baby right there, Angie baby. Thank you. Thank you for coming through, Angie baby. My day one. Smash that like button, please. Before I get into the show and bring up my co-host, I want to firstly say prayers for the people over there in Gaza, as well as the wider people of Palestine. What is happening over there is just incomprehensible levels of suffering and death, and it is all being perpetrated by the Israeli government and the IDF. Now, I am putting forward an initiative. It's going to be well, firstly, let me say I'm putting forward an initiative. It's going to be called Boycott the Genocide. Now, I've put forward a list of companies and corporations. It's over there. It's in the description of my video right now. I'm not gonna say them on the stream because I don't want any copyrights or whatever. But boycott these companies like your life depends on it. They support genocide. They support the starving of children. They support the illegal seizure of Palestinian land. Do not support them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm gonna just say this: the certain soda company that you're gonna see in the description. I mean, I love those folks. That shit is heartbreaking to me that I can't drink that no more. But I have to drink that and at the same time live with the fact that these motherfuckers are funding genocide. Like over there in Palestine right now, they're dropping grenades on little kids from drones without warning. They're gunning down old people that are trying to get their belongings from the rubble of their homes that the IDF bombed. Like this is just it's out like DubRightSide, my good friend would say, it's out of order in every way, shape, form, or fashion. So please join me. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you would boycott the genocide. Boycott it like your life depends on it. Every time you take a bite of a certain I'm gonna just say it, Mickey D's, every time you take a bite of McDonald's, think about a Palestinian child that dies of hunger because the IDF is currently blockading them and deciding what aid gets to go in. Meanwhile, McDonald's feeds the IDF free lunches and free food. So absolutely not. Please boycott the genocide. Join me in that initiative. All right, Dub Right Side, my co-host. I'm gonna bring him up right now. How you doing, my brother, Mr. Long-winded himself, Dub Right Side? How you doing, brother?
Man, you gonna stop disrespecting me, man. You gonna stop calling me Mr. Long Winded. I done got better. I done got better. I ain't as long winded as I used to be. But man, shout out to my brother Marky Dan, one of the best hosts, you know what I'm saying? Especially in this political atmosphere that we speak on a weekly basis. Man, Marky is doing this thing. Y'all make sure y'all sub to that young brother and show him love, man. Show him love.
Most def. Dub Right Side. Let's get into the show. Our first topic is gonna be. We're just gonna do two quick little topics before we get into the wider topics of the show.
Hold on.
Over
Can I say
there,
one thing? Can I say one thing?
sure. Go ahead. Good.
Shout out to Angie, baby, man. She pulled up on the show. They was out of order over there, sister. Don't worry about them out of order Negroes, man. Some Negroes gonna be out of order.
Who's
But
out of order?
man, I can't remember who it was, but they were coming at my sister. I was like, hold on, man. That's the old thing. Shout out to her, man. I appreciate her pulling up. Hey, look, they be done stop you from having damn followers around here the way they be talking to folks. I'm like, man, y'all out of
Man,
order, man. But now
man,
go ahead,
Angie
do your
baby's a veteran. She ain't worried about none of that stuff.
no, I don't think she is. I don't think she is. I just had to say that. Though. I did have to say that.
Most def. Salute to Angie baby though. She's a real great supporter of my channel and a real good friend of mine. But let's get off into our first quick little topic. Over there in France, this brother, I mean, they got a black Superman over there, Dub, right side. This brother helped to rescue six people from a burning building,
I seen
four of
that.
which I think were children. A black Frenchman over there. So we're just gonna react to that amazing act of heroism just quickly. and then we'll give our quick little takes. Hold on.
After a fire broke out in a top floor flat in the 18th district of Paris, trapping a family of 6. Their neighbour, though, climbed out, as you can see, onto the ledge to rescue them one by one, a baby and a toddler at the start, then the younger children and the adults as well. The whole event, as you can see, filmed by a neighbour the other side of the courtyard as the fire raged much lower down in the building. I think it was on the second floor, the fire. The rescuer, of course, now being held as a real hero. Let's hear from him.
I came via the window and hoped there'd be enough space for my feet. I asked someone to pass me the baby and managed to catch them. I stretched out my arms like this.
Hi, Dub. Oh, excuse me. My bad. Bye, Dub. Firstly, before you give your take, I just gotta say that was amazing. That brother really went up there. You could see like how close he was to the ledge. That shit had like my stomach was curling when he was holding those 2 little babies by their one arm. But that man did not hesitate to get in there and handle that situation like a real man. Now, salute to him. But I'm gonna just say one more thing. We got some punks out here. They caught a dude actually over there in California in the middle of summer setting fire to a tree.
Like he's an arsonist. I seen that.
Yeah. So
they arrested
before you go, Doug. Before you go, let me just say this.
My bad.
If I had caught him doing that after all the people that lost their homes, I might have unalived him that day. I'm dead serious. I might have hit him with my car. I might have just got outside of it and beat the living daylights out of him. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, we need more people like this brother over there in Paris in the world. People that just have good hearts and are willing to act when necessary. Not fucking retards. We got too many retards. Like the one that's right directly behind me in this photo. But go ahead, Dub. What's your thoughts on that amazing act of heroism? Go ahead.
Man, for that brother, and just looking at that ledge that he's standing on, the man feet hanging off the ledge. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, but it goes and they show you that one of the things I love about that footage, and I'm glad you brought this out, is show that, man, most people are really good people, you know what I'm saying? And for him to be willing to put his life at risk, you know what I'm saying, to save these individuals, I don't know his relationship to him, but it really don't matter what the relationship is because he literally was at risk. If he would have slipped, you know what I'm saying, in transition with the children and those type of things, just imagine what could have happened. So it's just a beautiful sight. Those are the real heroes of the world. In my personal opinion, those are the individuals we should be saluting and showing love to because, man, that's a tough situation to be in and to put yourself in danger, you know what I'm saying, possibly dying to help save the children that he saved. I think it wasn't just children as well. I think there was a mother that
there was
also
a mother there that was handing them the kids. You saw her.
Right. And so, but for you to put yourself in that situation and to do it the way he did it, I mean, man, I can't do nothing but salute that young man. He got so much to live for already, but man, that was just a beautiful sight to me for him to do that. And I salute him, man. I got a lot of love and respect for individuals who care about others. I consider myself one of them individuals. Hey, I don't know if I would do that. I'm 6'5". I got bad feet anyways. I might have slipped out that motherfucker. But at the same time, for him to do what he did there, man, it's just a beautiful sight. And shout out to that young man. Shout out to him. And it's hard to be selfless, especially in times of crisis. But that's exactly what he was. And I would always say we all need to be more like him than anything, or we all need to bring that part of ourselves out that he brought out that he had. You know what I'm saying? I would always say that.
Most def. I was trying to get a clip loaded before. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. But I'm just gonna go into the story. So over there, the situation in LA since the last time we spoke about it, it has not gotten better
Well,
You
wait,
exactly.
hold on, real quick, Mark. I apologize for cutting you out. Let me just say
Right.
one thing. That and the brother you was talking about that was sitting there, the arsonist lighting fires with dry material out there, knowing that fires go wild in California. Uh, I love how the people reacted because they detained him. He was under citizen's arrest at one moment in time before the actual police got
Yeah, it
there.
was a brother that went and got him.
Yeah, no, they said, man, look, I heard one lady, she was like, do you not see the houses up there? Imagine what happened if this fire that you just created get to them houses. Man, I thought that was beautiful as well. Man, and me personally, the California fires that go on, I don't think that it's what's the word I want to use here? I think that it's pre-planned. I think that there are certain individuals like this brother right here out there doing nonsense. This ain't no random. These aren't random fires, in my personal opinion. This is somebody going out doing what this brother did right here, and I'm glad, man. They put hand. They was ready to whoop his ass, and they should have
The brother was ready to put hands and
put
feet on him if
hands.
he tried
Hey,
to run
I love
away.
it. I love
Yeah,
it. Go ahead, my
shoot.
bad.
No, not your bad for nothing, but no, but and I agree with you on that point. Before we move on, I do think some of these are fires, especially the large ones, are artificially made by some very sick and nasty people. Like those fires, the Palisade fires, that stuff happened in January. It wasn't like it was the height of dry season or nothing like that. So you look at idiots, and I'm gonna just say it, like you two could dock me or whatever, retards doing stuff like this, bro. It just make me want to do something to them. But I'm gonna leave that brother alone. We gonna just say salute to this brother over there in Paris, France, who saved 7 lives, a real hero. And we're gonna move on into our next quick topic.
And salute to the brother. And salute to the brother who was ready to put hands but didn't, restrained himself. Cause he better than I am, man. I would have been. I'm like, brother, you out here, you literally just set a fire with brush around, nothing but everything gonna feed this fire, and who knows how big it gets. And that's what you literally, man. I don't have no respect for that dude. I have no respect for him. Go ahead, my bad, Marky.
Yeah. Hopefully something happens to him in prison, but we're gonna leave it there. Next to our next quick take. Like I was just saying about the situations in LA with the ICE raids, it has gotten much worse, and it's unfortunate I wasn't able to get the clip ready for y'all because they went and they apprehended a dissident. So let's make this very clear. This brother is from this country. He is a United States citizen, was born and raised here, lived his entire life out there in California, served his country, and they arrested him after he was sprayed with pepper spray and tear gas. They held him for 3 days. They did not give him access to legal counsel, and they did not allow him to wash the chemical substances off of him. Out of order. And this is not the first time we've seen it. I remember it was maybe a couple months back. We were talking about the situation where a mother who was an illegal immigrant, but she had a daughter that was born here and had a legal citizen father in the country ready to take her. And ICE violated that little girl's rights by not letting her by not allowing her or her mother to speak to legal counsel, and by not allowing the child to be presented before a family court judge so they could decide what's in the best interest of the child, not the federal government. Out of order. Like this, and then what makes it even worse is obviously this is what the veteran said. He says that they only released him because the media got their hands on the story that a veteran was being held in ICE. Like, bro, absolutely not. This is not something that should be tolerated in any shape, form, or fashion. If any of these Republicans still claim to care about veterans and taking care of our service members, they need to step on whoever was responsible for apprehending him, and not just step on them in terms of, put them on leave. They need to be put in jail.
It is illegal for ICE to hold a U.S. citizen for any reason. ICE cannot they cannot recommend for deportation, and they cannot deport a U.S. citizen for no reason. And then on top of the fact, Dub, before I let you go, you remember what AC said last week? Tom Homan came out and said, we're looking for brown and black people. And then last week, the California federal judge basically struck that down and said, y'all are out of order. This is racial profiling. And now they're trying to get that appealed. But you see, but this brother who I'm talking about, again, it's a shame I didn't get the clip up. He is a Latino brother. He's Mexican. In my opinion, he's Mexican from what I saw. He's well, I don't know his nationality.
Let's stick with Latino. Let's stick with Latino. Let's stick with Latino.
He's brown skinned. I'm gonna just say that. So it's no doubt in my mind they racially profiled this man who served our country honorably, and they violated his rights. They held him with they held him I think at a federal prison. No, excuse me. I said a federal prison. No, excuse me. But they held him at a federal holding facility. So they didn't take him to where they usually dump the other illegal immigrants. They took him to where the criminals are and held him there for 3 days without legal counsel. Go ahead, Dub. What's your thoughts on this story? And again, I'm very sorry I couldn't get the clip up.
No, that's all good. I understand, but it's interesting to me because the same way I've always said, and you've heard me say this previously, I do think I have no problem if you're here illegally. You've already broken the law, right? But in this situation, I don't think this brother was here illegally. Like you said, he served his country, and then they literally have violated the man's right. One of the things I hate about this whole situation, because I'm very, very honest about it. I have no problem with individuals being deported, those type of things. If you're not supposed to be in this country, if you broke any of our laws, but this is an individual. I've always said I think that there has to be the rule of law always has to win out. In this situation, what we're seeing is y'all are literally y'all are overstepping the bounds, and legally y'all are overstepping your bounds. And I didn't think it would get to this. I didn't see this coming. But at the same time, even if I didn't see it coming, I can talk about it and be quite honest about it. I think it's outrageous. If I had the clip to drop right now, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. Man, ain't no way you can have an individual like this brother here that has done the things he has for this country, and then for y'all to not necessarily deport him, but for y'all to hold him without allowing him to speak to a lawyer, without allowing him to have his in this case his Sixth Amendment rights, I believe.
His Fifth Amendment.
Fifth kindly. Fifth, but in general, it's just ridiculous. It shouldn't be this way. And for him to be locked up for imagine being locked up for 3 days and you can't make a phone call. That's not how the system is. That's not how the system is. It is that way clearly, but it shouldn't be that way. It goes against everything that me as an American, and I'm a proud American, proud. But at the same time, ain't no way they have that much control where they're not going to allow you to make phone calls. Nah, we're not doing that. I don't want no part of it. I want no part of it. And I guess, and when we open it up, I want to hear the people's opinion on it, but I never would think that things would go this far. I never would see it. I couldn't even register it. That's why I always say the rule of law usually wins out. And at the end of the day, I think the brother, it did win out for him overall. But 3 days without making a phone call, being able to reach your people, man, folks don't know if you done died or not. Man, it's absolutely out of order.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And just quickly before I know I said one quick take, but to the brother Pittsburgh T in the chat, when you're talking about due process rights, people like that's not necessary. Well, it is a legal right, but due process is a human right. So it's not something that just applies to U.S. citizens. And the Fifth Amendment is very clear about that. So no, like, and then to what Zoomverse is saying, the rights of one man is inexplicably linked to the rights of another. This was a U.S. citizen who was treated like an illegal. Well, firstly, an illegal immigrant should not be denied the right to legal counsel. But that's a whole other conversation. But this brother, because of the color of his skin and because of his features, was treated like he was an illegal immigrant. That is not how our law is supposed to work, brother, at all whatsoever. We are all supposed to be equal under the eyes of the law. So that does not mean that just because you're an illegal immigrant, they can now snatch you the hell up and get you up out of here in the snap of a finger and you can't talk to no legal counsel. That has been struck down all across the country. And they're still continuing to do it. But anyway, man, at that point, at this point with the immigration stuff, we just beating a dead horse. They're gonna do whatever the hell they want. They're gonna they're gonna defy court orders. They're gonna violate people's rights. All we can do is wait for the elections next year. But let's move on to our first topic of the show. You see the thumbnail in the background. Donald Trump wants us to move on from the Epstein files right now, and it is such a shame. It's another clip I couldn't get ready, man. I'm just failing y'all tonight, but I'm gonna actually post
We're
it
gonna have to
separately.
put you, Marky, you gonna have to get in order, man.
Yeah, man, I am. No, my problem is I do this stuff so late because it's so much news that just be happening it's a
every
nonstop
day.
cycle. So it's like 2-3 hours before the show. That's when I start. But no,
You
I
gotta
did drop the
hey,
ball tonight, man.
do
I
do
dropped the ball.
do this moving forward. I'll help you out, man. Send me some of the information that you want to clip up, and then I'll find a way to make a couple clips for you as well. So we'll
No,
be in order.
absolutely.
We'll be in order.
I'm actually gonna post it as its own as its own separate video because
Okay.
I do think I think it's just an amazing demolition of the gaslighting. So let me say this. This since last week, what has happened since the memo came out, where they stated that Jeffrey Epstein did not unalive himself, that there was no client list,
Hold
that
on. Wait a
nobody
minute.
else is
Wait a
being
minute.
charged.
Wait a minute, Marky.
What happened?
So let me do this.
What happened?
I want you to run down these things individually so I can react to them because I'm gonna be done forgot some of the things I'm gonna say. So let's
Hey, by the way, go ahead, drop the link for whoever want to come up.
okay, I got you. But real quick, man, if y'all and I'm not saying anybody up here or anybody in the chat, nothing like that. What I am saying though, if anybody believes that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, I got
Unalive.
I got a bridge in Idaho, lakefront property in Idaho to sell you. You know what I'm saying? I got lakefront property over there in Idaho. So y'all go ahead and hit my cash app. You know what I'm saying? So I can sell you this property because we know that man didn't kill himself. We know it.
Absolutely.
We know that man didn't kill himself. I don't think anybody believed that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
No, he had just wired money, like Verly Dub. He just wired money to his lawyer for his defense. This was a man who had plans. On top of the fact, don't you find it interesting that number one, he died, he died during Trump's first presidency. But also, do you remember?
Hold on. We gotta get better with our terminology.
Well, then you can't
For the
say ill
algorithm.
himself. You can't say
That's
ill
what I
himself.
said. That's why I
Yeah,
said I
okay.
gotta do it too.
Absolutely.
We gotta get better with it. They already looking to kick me off YouTube. So we run this thing together. So I'm trying my best to keep my show respectfully. So we going unalive. He unalived himself. That's what we gonna go with.
No, absolutely. Picasso. No, I'm not gonna react to that just yet. But no, Jeffrey Epstein absolutely did not unalive himself. And anybody, or excuse me, I should say, in my opinion, he did not unalive himself.
There we go.
And anybody who believes that is an idiot. Okay, Firstly, they told. Don't you remember when they told us the cameras didn't work outside his? You don't remember that?
We wasn't even
They
supposed to have the video, and now we got video of it. I don't know how we got video, but all of us, I agree 100% with what you're saying, Marky. We wasn't
what's
even
up?
supposed to. We wasn't even supposed to have the video evidence of it. Shout out to my brother, my big homie D Ray Promotions in the building. Shout out to D Ray.
Most
But
def. Salute D Ray. Thanks for coming through. We're gonna give you a chance to talk, but
let me
let's just
finish
get it.
this.
Yeah, most def, most def. So
We
okay, I'm gonna.
we wasn't even supposed to have video of it, and now all of a sudden, oh, we got all the videos now.
No, they don't.
Supposedly,
But they don't got all the video, Dub. It's two
supposedly,
minutes.
hold on, wait a minute. I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
I
Go
got
ahead,
it.
go
I
ahead.
got it. I
I
got it.
was talking, but go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was talking.
I was talking, breaking down the
Well, go ahead.
situation. But go
Go
ahead, go ahead.
ahead,
No,
man. Go ahead.
finish up what you're saying. Go ahead, go ahead.
Supposedly 2 to 3 minutes are missing in this certain situation. My thing is well, y'all told us we didn't have no video of it because the cameras weren't working, and then the folks were asleep. But now all of a sudden, video is coming out. It's ridiculous. It's out
Dub,
of order. And man, at the end of the day, man, somebody, man, kneecap
on
their ass, man. Somebody
on
need to be
top
kneecapped.
on top of the fact, Jeffrey Epstein's body or quote unquote body was removed from the unit
The
that
cell.
he was staying in. Yeah, he was removed from there, which is against BPD's excuse me BOP's policy. When a dead body is found, they're supposed to leave it right there like it's a crime scene. They
Yeah,
contaminated the crime scene, picked the body up, and went with it. And then, lastly, Dub, there has never been an autopsy released for Jeffrey Epstein.
never. Not
Never.
well. Not,
So
they
it
did
could
say
be.
that the quote unquote hyoid, I think they call it the hyoid bone or something like that. That's what they supposedly say that was broken. You know what I'm saying? I think that's somewhere in the neck area. I ain't the smartest
Who
person in the
said
world.
that?
No, I can't remember exactly who said it. I remember when it initially happened, and you got to remember. I think this happened in what 2019.
I well, yeah, I highly doubt that because from those hearings, the FBI literally any question the FBI got on it is was we're currently investigating and we can't talk about it right now. That's it. That was their response to everything concerning Epstein in 2019. So I don't know.
Another
I'm not.
red flag.
Yeah.
Another red flag.
No, absolutely. But let me quickly go into what's happened recently since the memo came out. Dan Bongino, the deputy head of the FBI, him and Pam Bondi are pretty much at war now, and he's threatening to quit the FBI because he didn't like how she released that memo. He said, and not only that, he didn't like how she was going on Fox News hyping this stuff up when, at least in his mind, there was nothing to see here. Now, since then, Donald Trump has basically come out and fully attacked his own base. And he called people that voted for him. He said anybody that believes this is stupid and weak because it's a quote unquote democratic hoax. This is a Democrat hoax. They're just trying to use the Jeffrey Epstein to take me down, just like they did with the Russia. He thinks y'all are retarded. That's what it is. He thinks y'all are retarded and that y'all are gonna be like a carrot on the stick and just move away from this. Then he comes back. By the way, the Republicans have three responses when they are caught in bullshit. Either they'll blame Biden and the Democrats, they'll gaslight you, or they'll just straight up lie to your face. In this case, the Republicans are doing all three. The before I let you go the right side, I let D Ray go. I believe that this knee deep state conspiracy, it's really it now goes it now covers the Republican Party in the legislature. They had a vote just on Thursday, the House of Representatives. The Republicans voted not to release the Epstein files. Hmm. Aren't y'all the ones who are calling for transparency? Aren't y'all the ones who ran on this issue and said Democrats were protecting PDF files? Hmm. So I'm gonna let y'all. What's y'all reaction to that? The fact that the Republicans, it seems, are now protecting Donald Trump, and now they do not want anything to be released from the Epstein files unless it has Donald Trump's approval. After months of claiming that the deep state this, the deep state that, and the Democrats and Biden are hiding stuff from you, now the rabbit got the gun, it seems. What's your thoughts on DubRightSide? Then we're gonna go to
Well,
D-Ray.
no. Well, I'm gonna let D-Ray go because that's my big homie, and me and D-Ray we done
Most
talked
definitely.
about a lot of
And salute
this.
Pittsburgh team, my brother.
So
We'll let you
I'm
go after D-Ray.
gonna let D-Ray and Pittsburgh go, and then I'll respond accordingly.
Thank you, fellas. I appreciate it. Great topics, man. Y'all cooking, bro. I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of this outstanding moment in YouTube history. Hey, real quick, I just want to say shout out to my brother, my nephew, Mr. Carl out there in Australia, the backwoods, bro. I hope everything's good with you and your fam, bro. Now, listen, this is the thing I think about this thing, right? Because, what was it, a grand jury that Trump told them that it's okay to go look at. But the thing is, they got the FBI files, which is this birthday, thing that they did between him and Epstein, when they talking about they just gonna keep stuff like, so that's in the files, bro. So that's where the list is. I don't think in the grand jury that they was, really necessarily talking about who was doing what and all the different other things that we were questioning about. But now the thing is, right, when they were accusing Biden and Harris and Obama from protecting powerful people, little did a lot of people know that that was Donald Trump that they was protecting, bro. They should have just exposed his chump self, right? Now, the thing is, like you said, bro, now all of a sudden, when it becomes an anchor for him, he wants to call it a hoax. And before I pass the mic, bro, I just want to say I appreciate people like DubRightSide and the other 40% of the Republicans who are trying to hold him accountable on this. It might not be ICE. It might not be EBT. It might not be education. It might not be Department of Justice. It might not be education or health.
Or Israel.
But they want to know what's up, but they want to know what's up in these files, bro. So I say let's clear that up and then let's go get the rest of this, bro. Appreciate y'all.
Most def. Thank you, D-Ray. That was great. Pittsburgh T. Or matter of fact, before you go Pittsburgh T, just to add to what D-Ray was saying, because D-Ray, I think D-Ray mentioned the letter that recently just got leaked by the Wall Street Journal, who, by the way, the Wall Street Journal have been one of the friendlier news publications to Donald Trump over the years because they like a lot of his financial policies, they like his tax cuts and whatnot. They came out and released a letter that, at least quote unquote, Donald Trump wrote to Epstein for his birthday back in 2003. Now, you can choose to say that the letter is fake and it's a hoax. I don't believe so. I do not believe the Wall Street Journal would risk all their relationship with Donald Trump on top of risk all types of legal proceedings, because Donald Trump sues everybody except Elon Musk. Except Elon Musk. My bad. But no, I believe that this letter. I believe that this letter is real, and I would not be shocked at all if that's one of the things that they're hiding in the Epstein files. But Pittsburgh T, what's your thoughts on this situation overall? Go ahead, brother. Then I'm gonna come to Pearl.
Salute to y'all, brothers. I think it's an important topic, but I think this tie into one of the topics yesterday that Dub have. I think this part of the trick bag, because if we serious about child abuse, and it's supposed to be about these kids or underage people that are being manipulated and having things unruly done to them. At the time that this happened, remember, only 2 people got persecuted or jailed for this whole situation. Where this individual had an island that he was taking these people to. So at that moment, when only 2 people got jailed, that should have been a red flag right there. It was not. It is still not right now. So there were workers on their island. There had to be pilots flying these kids and these Johns back and forth. There had to be doctors. There had to be a lot of different moving parts of people moving around. And we just settled for these 2 people to be arrested. Now, at the time that this
And
happened,
real quick, you talking about Epstein and Maxwell, correct?
correct, Epstein and Maxwell are the only two people that have ever been charged and prosecuted.
Hey,
Nobody else has been charged and prosecuted.
only other thing I gotta say real quick, I don't know if you gotta get on your mic is a tap. Is that just me? It seems like your mic a
No,
tad bit
that's
out of order.
no, that's Pittsburgh. Yeah,
I thought it
Pittsburgh
was
TV
me too.
might
That's why I
usually be
dropped off.
vibrating.
No, it's a tad bit out of order. Respectfully, it's popping when you talking.
I could no, but I can hear him though. But no, keep going on Pittsburgh T
Yeah,
because
I can hear
I
you as well.
noticed that's just how Pittsburgh T might be sounding sometimes.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
out of order.
yeah. Well, I'll try to be brief, and to tie this into what I'm saying is that we can't act like we really care about children when that's what was going on. So that means that there were people working on these islands in some capacity, but they're still walking around and still part of that fraud. So we let people that were actual culprits get away, and now fast forward to now, that whole thing happened from like he owned those islands from 1998 all the way up until he got caught. When he had that case in Florida, that was from early 2000s when he had that island. He still had the island when he got off of the island. He got off of that plea deal that he had from Florida. That was only like a 4 year. That was only from like 4 years of him owning the island. That was an old case that he owned that he had from like '02 to I think '06 or something like that. So even at that time, we talking almost 30 years of somebody having these particular islands and all of this stuff going on. So if we fast forward to right now, we can't make this a political thing. I think this is bigger. Well, I know this is bigger than Donald Trump. He was on the island. There's no question about that. I don't even think nobody can deny this at this point. But we have to remember this: it's an island, so it's not part of the United States. It's a Virgin Island, so you had all kind of world leaders, all kind of people there at that time. So if we look at that moment, when he got arrested, he left. He was up under Trump. That was under Trump's presidency. We gonna make this political. Since Trump left, Biden got in, and now we have Trump again. Trump could have released what he released now at the time of the arrest. Biden could have came in and released what Trump released, or even more at the time. Nobody was interested, even up until now. They're trying to make this a political football. This ain't no political football. They should seriously look into that and be really trying to arrest the people that are involved in that. The Johns list that we so interested in, I don't even see, there's no real Johns list. If anything, it's going to be a pilot log and some other stuff that they have. The Johns list that we want to shame people and just, I don't know what this interest is with people, what we just so interested in people doing in their bedroom, foul or not. The criminal part, we should be interested, but the actual people that are co-conspirators, we're not even really interested in these people because we're not going after them. People just have an ire for Trump and they're making this about Trump. This is bigger than Trump. We even can tie this to the queen and the guy, the son of the queen that had to step down from his role because he was so close to Epstein. And then finally, I'll say this: if you look
Andrew,
at his empire,
Prince Andrew.
Go ahead. There you go. Thank you. And if you look at his empire, the way he got his empire and the way this whole thing popped off, he got control of Victoria's Secret, L Brands, and some other clothing brands. And that was his recruiting brand. And if you remember, there was a documentary from Victoria's Secret, which was like Demons and Angels or something like that. At that time, you go look at that documentary. Epstein was over Victoria's Secret. They were using Victoria's Secret as a breeding ground to get young people to get them and take them to those islands. So this been going on for a long time. So if it's a breeding ground from Victoria's Secret, he can't be in all those locations. Where are all these people? So to me, it's a bigger issue than what we're focusing on. Trump right now is just a useful idiot. He's involved in it. There's no question about it. But we can't just stop it. We got to get Trump. This ain't got nothing to do with politics, at my point, in my opinion.
I hear what you're saying, Pittsburgh T, but it became political because Trump and the Republicans made it political, because they ran on releasing this stuff, and we can say yes, Biden, he should have did some type of disclosure when it came to the Epstein files. He should have released the entire thing once prosecutor Comey was done, was finished her investigation and gathered all those facts. I do agree, but at the same time, that's not what Joe Biden ran on, and that's what these Republicans ran on. And the reason why I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna come to you, Pearl, real quick. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but the reason why I put it on the Republicans is because at the end of the day, I judge you by your vote. You had an opportunity to release the Epstein files to us so that we can review it and see who these powerful people are that are supposed to be implicated in these files. And y'all struck that down. So how can I not?
And we're
So
gonna
how can
talk
I
about that.
not put it on? Wait, but just quickly before I'll let you talk briefly, Dub. Then we got to go to Pearl. So how can I not put it on one political party who firstly made it political in the first place, but then they're obstructing us from seeing what's in there. And I agree with you 1,000%. I don't think it's just Trump. I do think Trump is in the files, but I think he's covering up. I don't know, maybe for somebody. I don't know if it's somebody above Trump. I don't
Bill
know.
Clinton
This
was in
whole
the
knee
files.
deep state, this whole knee
But
deep
Bill
state
Clinton was
stuff.
in the files. Yeah, Bill
Go,
Clinton was in the files. That's why I say you can't make it political. It's bigger than just Trump. When you make it Trump, you're reducing it down to one individual. It's a lot of individuals that was involved in that. They're very
mhm.
powerful. And if you look at even at Bill Clinton, that's 30-some years ago that he was president,
Facts.
and after
That's a
that,
fact.
so that's a long time. It's a lot of people that have been on those islands. So we think bigger than this. It's bigger than Trump's stupid behind.
And quickly about those islands, I'm from those islands, the Virgin Islands. And something that, and again, Pearl, I'm gonna come to you right now. But what happened was Albert Bryan, who's our governor, who is also known to be a bit of a sexual predator himself. I mean, literally, if you're a woman and you're a government worker, there's a chance. Like, let me say this: 1 in 10 of every female government workers has probably had sex with the governor down here. And I'm not gonna say that all of those were willing. I believe most of those he probably coerced them to do that. But yeah, so we have a sexual predator as a governor.
We
What
can't say
happened?
we
What
can't say
happened next
all this,
is
Marky.
no, no, no. I was just gonna tie it into
You
Epstein.
finna
I
get
was
us
gonna
fucked up
tie it
on.
into.
You
I
about
was
to get
gonna
us
tie.
fucked up on YouTube.
You
What is
forgot
that?
to add in your opinion, Marky. That's what they're trying to say.
No, that's not an opinion. That's not. The man was photographed outside of a club at 2 a.m. This is a man married with a wife who was pregnant at the time, tongue kissing the director of education. So no, this is not allegedly or none of that stuff. He's a dog. But anyways, back to Epstein. He fired the attorney general who was in charge of investigating the island and who was going to be bringing a report to the Virgin Islands Senate. Do you know who he replaced that attorney general with? He replaced it with an attorney from Jeffrey Epstein's estate who was who got paid over $107 million after Epstein died. And then he fired him, or excuse me, her. Like so, yeah, again, yeah, I agree with Pittsburgh T. It's not political, but I had to give a reaction to what I saw this week with those
Marky.
votes.
One
Go
thing I
go
gotta
ahead.
tell you, and then
Yes, then we
I'm
come to
giving,
Pearl. Go ahead.
I gotta tell you, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. We gotta be a tad bit more candid the way that we say it though, because you gotta understand AI listening to it. So I just say I would ask, just
Oh,
let's
okay.
be a tad bit more candid with what we're saying. But
I,
go ahead, Piero. Go ahead.
I apologize to Governor Bryan. Allegedly, you are out there having sex with 1 in 10 every government worker. Go ahead.
What up, y'all? Yeah, and I heard Markydan and Dub are co-owners of those islands that Epstein had, but that's just what I heard.
I'm a
I'm
native.
fucking
Kick
with
What the
him
y'all.
fuck
off
is
the
you
show.
talking
Kick
about?
him off the show,
I'm a
man. Kick him off
native.
the show. Get rid of
Man,
him. He
Pearl,
gotta go. He
that's
gotta
the
go with
one.
that
You
one
get
right
that
there.
one,
He gotta
Pearl.
go.
You
But
get
anyway,
that one, Pearl.
man,
Go
I'm gonna get
ahead.
I'm gonna get 4 more off, but on a
All
serious
right, let's
note,
see.
You
hey
think you're
man,
gonna get 4 off? You think that?
yeah. Anyways, um, anyways, not what I was gonna say. You were cooking, Markydan, and it's easy when you speak facts, bro. Yeah, I mean Donald Trump, the MAGA movement, they ran on that. That was one of their key. I gotta come back. Sorry, fellas. Hold on.
No problem, Pearl. But yeah,
Well, let me
Dub,
just say this.
You got any thoughts? Go ahead. Yeah.
So up here, I think I might be the only one. Well, I don't know, maybe Pittsburgh, but I voted for Trump. What he ran on and bringing out truth, you know what I'm saying, dismantling the deep state. That's what I was looking for. And what it seems like, in my personal opinion, what it seems like is and Mark, I think you call it the knee deep state. It seemed like you fell right into it. You started doing the exact same thing you start doing the exact same thing that you ran on, you were against. This is the problem that I have with all of this. Because if y'all want to call me gullible, I have no problem with anybody calling me gullible, because it seems that way right now. I got to see how everything else work out. But at the same time, it seemed like you're involved in this. I don't think he's the only person. I think there are multiple individuals. I don't. It's not even thinking. I know that there are multiple individuals that's involved in this Epstein scandal, and now all of a sudden you get in power, and now Pam Bundy, she come out and say, "Well, we got the list. It's on my desk right now," but then it ain't no list. Yo, wait a minute. How can the list be on your desk, but it ain't no list? It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And hey, I try my best to tell the truth. This is some nonsense. This is BS 10 times over, and somebody need to be held accountable. I don't think anybody going to be held accountable of it. I don't think it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, regardless of what I think, I don't understand how you can sit here and lie to the people the way that you've lied to the people and say, we're going to hold this accountable. Then come out and say, oh, no, this is a Democrat hoax. This ain't no Democrat hoax. Ain't no damn hoax, because I believe Democrats on that list, Republicans are on that list. I think that world leaders are on that list. No, man, go. Now, the difference is now that you ain't came into power, you're not going to sit here and hold those individuals accountable, because I don't know what they have over you. I don't know. And that's a world I probably, just to be quite honest, would never want to live in. I wouldn't want to live in that world, because then I would have to compromise myself. I would never compromise myself. But at the same time, that's bullshit. That's what that is. That's what I'm hearing. Bullshit. And I'm calling it. It's bullshit, man. Trump, hey, you got Pam Bundy out here looking like the motherfucker. She the scapegoat right now. That's what she is. She the scapegoat. She ain't gonna do nothing that go against you. Well, hell, you were the one who put her in charge. So when we criticize the individuals, Trump, you at the top of the list. Pam Bundy, she on that list as well. I'm listening, and Marky, I say this respectfully, correct me if I'm wrong, her and Dan Bongino, and I'm a fan of Dan Bongino. I done listened to the man speak before he became a part of the FBI. Is he an FBI or Secret Service? Which one?
Was well,
I think he's Secret
Secret
Service.
Service, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's Secret Service.
Yeah, he was in the Secret Service.
Don't forget Cash Patel.
No, and Cash Patel as well.
Yeah, he was a federal prosecutor.
He went against Pam Bundy. You went, and I listened to Cash Patel. Cash Patel. My bad, I muted myself. I apologize. Cash Patel, he ran at one point in time the whole Russiagate situation, whatever it was, working under I can't remember the brother name now, but he was a House member at the time. He ran a lot of that. My thing is if you got these dudes coming out saying, man, fuck what she talking about because she out of order. Man, I think she out of order. And so, and Trump, this is who you put in as far as the head of the DOJ. This is who you put in place. Nah, man. Nah, fuck all that, man. I'm not here for none of the, and Mr. Shelton, Uncle Shelton, last week, what he told me, Marky, you was here for it. I don't know if everybody was. Uncle Shelton told me, this what you vote. No, this ain't what I voted for. It ain't what I voted for. I disagree 100% with it. And so, hey, one thing y'all know about me, I try my best to tell the truth. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. But at the same time, with Trump and with Pam Bundy, with what they got going on, it's out of order, man. It's out of order in my personal opinion.
Don't forget Kayleigh McEnany.
But before you go, Pearl, just quick. No. You good. I'm cutting you off, but
no,
and I apologize for cutting you off. But I just gotta say something quick. I don't know why people were expecting Donald Trump to expose sexual predators when he himself has been a sexual predator for a very long time. Like, Donald Trump is a rapist. And I can say he's a rapist because a jury of his peers in civil court found him liable for rape. Okay?
Is it me or is Marky Mike out of order now?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
No. Okay, Marky, you're my
Oh,
okay.
man, well, that was for the betterment of the show.
Hold on, real quick.
But
Go
anyways,
ahead, Piro. Go ahead,
yeah,
Piro.
just to finish my initial thought on the Epstein thing. To me, it's never was a big issue. Like, I agree with Marky 100%. You know, they politicized it, they ran on it, but I think it's more complicated. People make it more complicated than it is. I literally think there's nothing in those files. There's nothing of consequence. I just think they got caught in a lie. They just ran on something that they engineered themselves. I'm not saying that didn't happen. This guy did what he did. I'm just saying that it's they made it more than it's out to. And when the files is released and nothing is shown, they're gonna be like, this is what you wasted our time for. You know what I'm saying? I think it's as simple as that.
Hey, real quick, Piro, I gotta tell you.
What up, bro?
I listened to what you sent me.
I
don't know. I didn't even know what the hell was going on when I was listening to that. Respect.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell
Listen to it again and try to like follow the lyrics, man. It's
gonna take me 3 or 4 times, but it is what it is.
I know it.
Let me get real quick, Marky, mic check. That's the host of the show.
Yeah,
Marky.
I'm good. I'm on my laptop.
Oh yeah. You good.
I have my iPhone sometimes when it overheats.
Let me get BVO in here. Let's get my brother Peter in here. Me and Peter, we had a great show last night talking conspiracies. Shout out to Peter. We going BVO, then we going to Peter, man. BVO, welcome to the show, my brother. If y'all don't know, man, y'all make sure y'all go sub to BVO. Also, make sure y'all subbing to Marky if y'all on my show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Marky because he doing a hell of a job as a host. BVO, welcome to the show. What's your opening statements, brother?
Hey, que pasa, hermano? It's your boy, BVO Box.
Security. Where's security at? Lock his ass. Sombrero is. I'm joking. Go ahead, BVO. Go ahead.
Hey, senior BVO from Cleveland, man. I just want to say this, man. Congratulations to.
See, God don't like ugly. and what happened God don't like ugly, and he cut your mic off when it's time to cut it off. We couldn't even hear you, brother.
We couldn't hear you, BBO.
It's because you're Mexican, compa, bro. Fight the power.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, God don't like ugly.
We can hear you now. We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hey, don't move. Stay where you at.
Okay, can y'all hear me now? Okay. What I was saying is, salute, but congratulations to Trump for showing us what happens when you make someone a demigod. When you put somebody on a pedestal, guess what? This is what you get. Now you got the whole right-wing media scrambling and scraping, trying to say, oh, I don't care about the Epstein files, or I don't care. Let's be honest here, man. If you say you care about protecting children, why wouldn't you want the Epstein files out? When we all knew Bill Clinton was on the list, my man Trump said, let's get it out immediately. Now it's you guys are conspiracy theorists. You guys are making a mole out of an anthill. At the end of the day, man, we got.
I told y'all God don't like
of Trump, my dear brother.
Keep going, BBO. You're back.
Trying to silence the truth.
I ain't trying to silence him. His mic just
not true, bro. Not true. I was just making
his mic just ain't worth a damn.
Can y'all can't hear me for real?
I can't hear you. No, you can't. You stopped for a second, but you're good now. Good.
Okay, well, I don't know. What I was just saying is I just want to give Trump a congratulations on showing what happens when you make somebody a demigod. And, like I said, when it was Hillary Clinton, it was old Billy Clinton, everybody wanted to get the Epstein files out immediately. They went in, got Sean Combs and hung him up on a tree so you would forget about him. Buck broke him in front of the whole United States because you like baby oil and watching this girl get smashed. And this was the main thing. This is the main thing. They wanted to protect Epstein, who did nothing but take advantage of young children. So if you say that you want to protect children, why wouldn't you want the Epstein files out? Just admit it. You are Trump, D-boy, and all you want to do, like Charlie Kirk and all these other cowards, you don't want to speak truth to power. Like me, hold on, let me finish. I'm more moving toward the libertarian movement, because no matter what, man, we got to call out corruption, man. We got to call it out. We can't be scared because we like somebody. And I like Trump. I'll tell you a true story about Trump that he did for me personally. He came to Bowling Green and gave the whole football team 5 suits, 5 shirts, 3 pairs of dress shoes, and 8 ties. Out of the kindness of his heart, he gave it to us. Wanted us to look nice. This back when he had his Trump clothing line. If you ever had Trump's clothes, beautiful ties, beautiful shirts, high price, Neiman Marcus type stuff at Walmart prices back then. So I always show love for that. But Trump just showed you what happens when you put somebody on the pedestal. No one is God, man, but Jesus Christ. And when you put him on a pedestal, you got to hold him accountable. Because if you say you want to protect children, Epstein was a known guy who liked them young. Trump got no. Trump got him. Trump got culture saying, yeah, he liked them young. He liked them young. And I'm just saying this, man. All those guys who wanted to see Bill Clinton and Hillary and all the Democrats burn up, now you don't got no smoke for Trump. You're a coward and a loser. That's just my opinion. My bad, I passed the mic.
You forgot Allah and Yeshua, by the way.
Real quick, let's get Peter in here. And real quick, before I get Peter in here, I agree 100% with BVO. Even myself, I have to look at myself and I'm like, shit, me voting for Trump. Man, what the fuck was I voting for? I thought that the brother was going to come out with the truth. That's what I was expecting. That's what I was hoping for. You know what I'm saying? And I was out of order for it. But go ahead, Peter. Go ahead. Welcome to the show. And real quick, welcome to the show, OG, man. We always got to give you your proper introduction because if y'all don't know, Peter, hey, he an old school brother around this motherfucker.
Real
I've been around before there was even a CDL license. That's all. You didn't even need a chauffeur's license to drive a truck when I was a kid, man. But oh yeah, that's how old I am. I'm old, man.
It's a pet, you know. Dino.
Hey, OG, you're not old. You're seasoned. You're seasoned, but you're still. It's interesting because you're still sharp. You're sharp with the mind. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, my brother. I apologize for cutting you off.
Well, just from my observation, and my brother and I were having this discussion today, and I'm glad, I really like this panel because you guys are actually, thinkers. You actually think, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't think, but you guys are thinking about it. And the conditioning has been extensive. Let's face it, man, 365 days, 24 hours a day, man. The media is owned, operated, and, we can only go by what we see here in the United States. But in my opinion, as far as Epstein goes, well, there's been plenty of metadata that has come out. There's plenty of women that have come forward that haven't been pushed out in the media. If you go over to X, you'll see it. Ryan Dawson has a dossier that is, he lives in South Korea now. I remember when he moved to Japan, he was a friend of mine on Facebook for a long time. But he has a dossier that would pretty much tell you just exactly the kind of crap that Epstein was pulling. And then when you look at Bennington, John Podesta's son, and that other guy that mysteriously all of a sudden hung themselves. And then you look at Jeffrey Weimer's, Weimer's laptop, and all those police that viewed that particular thing happened to shoot themselves in the head afterwards, which happens to be a fact. You can kind of figure that, and then you look at Israel and they're committing genocide. There's somebody at the top that owns it. They own us. You know what I mean? But I'm glad we're having this conversation. I got to tell you, man, this is probably one of the old panels on the entire internet that I know that break this stuff down. Like, you guys are, breaking it down. But yeah, we're screwed. Yeah. I mean,
Man, speaking facts, we're screwed. They
don't
own
know if we
the
screwed.
two co-equal branches of government. They own the executive and they own the legislative branch.
I don't know if we screwed yet. I ain't going that far with it. I ain't going that far. But
yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're screwed. But
Been screwed, homie.
I paid for this house years ago, and I'm still paying for it. And if I don't pay for it, they'll kick me out. You know, it's like property tax. I mean, everything you buy has got a tax on it, and now they're going to go to a surveillance economy where, you know, it's going to be a digital. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you right now. You can. I've seen it. I came from wind-up telephones. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, this shit is moving fast. It's going to go to a digital currency, and they've been tracking us through banking anyway all our lives, and they're going to continue to do it, and they'll put the clamps down even harder. Because if you, and this conversation, this is what I'm saying about this panel, man. We're having some serious, I mean, you guys are really going ahead and giving your opinions, which is admirable in my opinion, man, because it's great to hear it. But I got to tell you, sooner or later, they're gonna clamp down. They're gonna say you can't talk like that. It's coming. And they
already talking like, I mean, Trump
they can bring their ass around here and tell me I can't talk however I want to. The only thing you can do is take money from me. And money, in my personal opinion, that ain't at the end of the day, that ain't the end all be all. So fuck all of that. We gonna talk the truth around here. And I think it's something and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's something that it's within us. The truth is within us, and the way we talk about this, like you say, Peter, man, it's refreshing because I don't think anybody up here is saying anything just to be big or nah. You just we telling the truth. We telling what we believe. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And right, wrong, or indifferent.
Say one thing real quick.
That's hold on, real quick. Right, wrong, and indifferent. That's special. It's special to get up here and tell your truth and to say what we're saying. Everybody's not gonna do it, but we are. We're gonna do this over here. Respectfully, go ahead. I apologize.
What I was saying to Peter's point, it has some credence, but what I want to say is this, and I want to bring this back on. This is the greatest nation that God created. Even being able to have this conversation lets you know we have freedom. So I know that we can down and talk about what's not perfect, but for me, who's got a chance to travel, I've been to Senegal, I've been to Botswana, I've been to Paris, I've been to Japan, I've been to Istanbul. The greatest place I've ever been was in Turkey, Istanbul. I had a ball. Shout out to all the beautiful Turkish women. Oh, I had so much fun, man. I mean, I had so much fun. I had to get a shot when I got back. So
homie lives in Istanbul, BBO.
Hey, now you out of order. Now you out of order. Talking about he got to get a shot. He had to get a shot.
No, some countries you need to take shots.
No, that ain't the shot he talking about. That ain't the shot he talking about.
Yeah. You had a shot to get cleared up. But that's what I'll say.
See, like I told you, Piro, that ain't the same. We ain't talking about the same shots.
All right. I'll say this. Let's not forget that what we seeing with Trump, we seen abuses of power with FDR. We seen JFK turn the White House into a whorehouse at night. Where if you read about the things he was doing, he was the first, having sex orgies and Marilyn Monroe come to it.
And they were going down and before he even got up in there, they were going down to Cuba for entire weeks. They would be going out there for expeditions.
And let me just say this, I'll get out your way, Mark. It's a known fact what goes on. When you have absolute power, you're going to be corruptible. At the end of the day, Donald Trump ran to be president to prove a point. He wanted to prove a point. I don't necessarily believe he wanted to be a politician, but when he came down the golden escalator, what he did was he united people who were frustrated about what they seen with Obama, with the economy that we went through, the slow and steady process. Nobody liked it, but to kind of put an end on it, what we seeing It's nothing new. The thing is now we actually using the Freedom of Information Act, and we actually reading the stuff that's happening. But if you look at this country, whether it was us working with the Bolsheviks back in the 40s and in the 30s, America has always done different things, and what Epstein done is no different than any other freak. They've been doing this stuff. They've been doing this since Roman times, Greek times. These guys want young women, young boys, for whatever reason they do. And all you can say is, hey, I'm not going to sit here and say Trump's the only one, and I guarantee he won't be the last one. All we can do is wait for those guys to die. And I'm just telling you what it is. A lot of those guys, once they die, you'll see the difference. You guys realize the last two presidents were not even baby boomer presidents. They're the generation before that. So the last time you had a baby boomer president was George Bush, Obama, and Bill Clinton, who was the first baby boomer president. But before that, we still got guys from the generation before them with all the power. So we got to just be honest. We got to really get, if you want real change, we got to get guys out of leadership. And I'm going. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. Does anybody else, before I move on to our last topic, before we get out of here, does anybody else have any thoughts on this Epstein case that they want to voice?
Yeah. I got one quick thought. Like the problem with this whole thing, we keep making this about Trump. So that would lead people to believe that they would have had to believe that Kamala would have released all the information, and they're not going to believe that. All they're going to tell you is that Trump ran on it. So it ain't that we even care to extend BBO's point. Nobody really cares about the victims of any of this stuff. It's just political fodder to get Trump out of there because people don't like Trump. That's all this is. This ain't about what it should be about. And I'll put another nail in the coffin. When those victims, they dissolved Epstein's estate. They put lawyers over that estate. Did you know that the victims, when they go and get that money, they have to sign an NDA? I'm going to say it again. They got to sign an NDA. So why do victims have to sign the NDA? See, this thing is bigger than what people keep trying to make this about Trump. Trump ain't even scratched the surface of how deep and how crazy this is. And the person that really would be to blame for this would be whoever was the Department of Justice FBI director at the time that Epstein actually got his case was done. And if I'm not mistaken, Comey's daughter was on that case. Somebody need to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
That's a fact.
Comey's daughter
was a prosecutor. Yep.
She was prosecuted and she was prosecuted on this case.
And
Trump just fired her.
James Comey is one of the most out of order motherfuckers that we done seen run the FBI. It is what it is.
I got a question.
But that's the head of that.
I got a question for the panel.
Hold on, Peter. Let Pittsburgh T finish. Then I'm gonna come to Peter, and then we're gonna go to Troy Graham.
Okay, so if we know that this guy that's running it quickly, we know that this guy that's running this is doing all this wild stuff. Why do we now have to take these files that we're fighting over like it's going to be something in there? There's not going to be anything in those files. That guy corrupt as they come. Like that guy's completely manipulating stuff left and right. Like Trump ain't even like scratching the surface of the stuff that he has. That man has the power and authority to make files disappear, make stuff tapes completely missing, like flight logs completely missing, make people missing, take people, put them on black ops sites, all kind of crazy stuff. Like we even even if we tie this into something similar, where they try to do it with Puffy, they use Homeland Security to go raid his house and get these quote unquote tapes that nobody ever saw, and they get this quote unquote baby oil that had drugs in it that nobody ever saw. Like that agency has been that way all the way back to the 60s when you had the guy that was in office for 40 something years that swung on both sides of the fence. And we know who that was, J. Edgar Hoover. So that agency has been manipulative to the United States for a very long time. So the idea now that the FBI is this great upstanding place of moral compass, that they're just doing the right thing all of a sudden now they got the moral compass, that's insane.
No, I hear what you're saying. Absolutely, Pittsburgh T. Peter, go ahead. Say what you guys say on this topic. please be brief. We're running out of time. I got to leave by 10:30, and then we're going to come to Troy Graham. Then we're going to move to our next topic about Israel.
Okay. I just have one question for the entire panel, and y'all give me your honest opinions. Do y'all think Epstein's dead? Y'all think Epstein went in and hung himself?
I'll answer
No,
first.
I don't think he killed himself.
Hold on. Let's go in order. So it's going to BVO. You go first, then me, then Dub, then Pearl, then Pittsburgh T, D-Ray, Peter, then Troy. We go in order. Just yes or no. Go ahead.
I would say yes. He's passed.
I would say no, and for the simple fact that we've never seen any pictures of the body. We know that the Bureau of Prisons broke their own protocol when they contaminated the crime scene and quote unquote removed the body from the jail cell. They did not take any pictures of the body. So on top of the fact, what I just mentioned about they've never released an autopsy on Jeffrey Epstein. As a matter of fact, his brother has been fighting for years through the Freedom of Information Act to get his hands on the autopsy. So I'm sorry. I know I said to give yes or no, but no, I don't think so. No, I don't think he's dead. Go ahead.
Who's it on?
Hell no.
It's on you, Dub. It's on you, Dub.
Hell no. He transferred $500 million to his brother before he tipped over. He ain't dead. You know, just like Pollard. They let Pollard out of jail. He was horseshit, sold all of our stuff to the Chinese, a little Jew. What'd they do? Let him go. The Rosenbergs. Just go down the line. You can go down the line. I mean, he's sitting someplace eating high on the hog. He's eating high on the hog someplace. Well, maybe not on the hog because he's a Jew.
Hold on.
Go ahead, baby.
Wait a minute. Let me do things.
No. We got to
Man,
be in order.
y'all gotta.
No. Absolutely. I'm gonna let you go, Dub. I'm just letting people know. Be in order, and we only got 30 minutes left. Go ahead, Dub.
Nah, I'm gonna concede my time. D-Ray, go ahead.
I'm gonna say no.
D-Ray taking one of them old man. Next.
No.
Oh, okay. Good. My bad, D-Ray. My bad.
BVO.
No, what I'll say is this, and this is something that we got to remember. In America, dollars bring dignity. I can tell you personal hand that the moment I started doing well in life, when I was living in the projects, when they identified that I could play football at a high level, everything changed. It didn't matter that my mom was on wicked food stamps. It didn't matter that we didn't have money to pay.
Shorten it up, man. We ain't got time for that shit, man. We ain't got time for that shit. Shorten it up.
Hey, motherfucker.
For real, baby.
I don't give a damn. Oh, man, fuck
Yo.
BVO my brother. That's my brother. But we ain't got time for
You
it.
my brother too, man. But guess what?
Hey, fuck you like you gonna say fuck me.
Fuck
I ain't
you
got no
too.
problem. I ain't got no problem with it.
Y'all niggas out of order.
Hold on.
Stop talking.
Everybody
stop talking.
I got it, Marky. Mark, give me a second. I got it.
Okay, you have 1 minute to go. Then we go to Troy Graham and move on, please.
No. I got it. I don't need no time because I can say whatever I want to. But Troy, go ahead, man. BVO out of order. BVO way out. He out of order. Right now.
Go ahead, Troy, brother.
Troy, I hate you, man.
And I love BVO. That's my brother, but he out of order. Go ahead, Troy.
No, he's not dead. He's somewhere nice and tropical with the guy who robbed the bank in Baltimore for $750 million, sat in jail for 15 years, then disappeared 2 years later. That's where he is. Anyway, I've been listening, and really, I just want somebody to say that this man is wrong and don't add a but to it.
Right.
He's wrong, period. And he showed us signs that he's guilty. A 12-year-old girl's come down the escalator. It's on video. He turns to her mother when he's in his 70s now and says to her mother, "I'm going to be her boyfriend in 10 years." What grown man looks at a 12-year-old girl and says that? He's bragging to whoever would listen to wherever he went, radio, TV, podcast. His daughter's a sweet piece of ass. That doesn't tell you.
Documented shit too, man.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Did all
don't
that
remember
shit.
when he said if she was my daughter, I'd definitely
Ivanka, is that her name? Ivanka?
yeah,
I
Ivanka.
believe so. Yeah.
And then he's taking pictures, hugging up on her, sitting in the bed when she was a teen. I mean, that don't tell you that he's in the wrong. He said it out his own mouth. Epstein, he liked them a little bit young. And this is the last thing. I don't understand why Biden, Trump, Jasmine Crockett, and everybody else hasn't sued this man for slander. He lies on everybody. Why didn't somebody sue his ass?
Gavin did.
Fuck
Troy. Gavin
Crockett.
did.
Fuck Jack Crockett.
I'll tell you
No.
why.
Fuck
The
you.
government-
No.
Matter of fact,
No.
get
No.
your buck dancing ass up out of here. Respectfully, don't you ever disrespect a fucking
You don't have to
freedom
say
fighter like
respectfully.
Jasmine
You don't
Crockett.
have to say respectfully.
So you could buck dance
Freedom
for fucking
fighter.
Donald Trump, who's a fucking PDF file. Get your ass up
Freedom
out of here,
fighter?
Julio.
You call her freedom fighter? What freedom she fighting for?
She's fighting for
You jumping
motherfuckers
off
that's
the
getting
bridge.
sent. She's fighting for motherfuckers that got sent to a prison camp, or excuse me, a death
Alligator
camp in El Salvador.
Alcatraz.
Alligator
Alligator
That ain't no
Alcatraz.
freedom fighter, bro. That ain't no. Why she don't fight for the people that look like her? And she a freedom fighter. Yeah,
She's
exactly.
fighting for the
There
people
you
that
go
look
with that
like her.
When
foolishness.
she to fight for the people that look like her? Stop it, man.
What do you think she's been
That's
doing all these years?
jumping out the
What
Man,
you
she
think
was
she's been doing
fighting
all
for
these years?
nutritional assistance
Huh?
to not get cut in
What
the
you
big
think she been
beautiful
doing?
bill. She was fighting for motherfuckers'
I
health
mean,
insurance. She's currently fighting to stop us from sending money to Israel.
I don't like this conversation.
You saying freedom
Who
fighter,
let
bro.
your
You
ass
said
back?
freedom fighter.
Who let you
You
back
said
in?
freedom fighter, bro.
Definitely
She's
freedom
not
Who
a
said
freedom
freedom
fighter,
fighter?
bro.
Definitely a freedom fighter.
He said freedom fighter. That lady is not no freedom
I'm saying
fighter, bro.
she a
She a
freedom fighter.
politician, bro. Stop it.
What is
She's
Trump?
more than a
One
binge
of the few that
witness.
actually,
What is Trump
She's
fighting
nothing
for?
more than a black
Like
man
it's-
witness.
That ain't got nothing to do with
Fighting
Trump.
Trump is fighting to protect
What is Trump
media
fighting
files.
for?
That's what he's doing.
What is
I
he
don't know,
fighting
because you
for?
saying, Troy,
What
you
did you
got
vote
Trump
for him
derangement
for?
syndrome,
No,
bro.
no, no,
You
no,
making
no.
this all about Trump,
No,
bro.
because you
This
said
ain't
that
got
she
nothing
ain't
to do
fighting
with
for
Trump
people that
like
look
that.
like
has
us.
everything
She's
to do with
not.
Trump.
No. You said
She's not.
automatically
Let Troy
that.
finish so I can
All
move on
right,
to this
all
next
right,
topic.
all right,
No,
all right.
I
Hold
already
on,
five
hold
minutes
on,
on
hold
it.
let
on,
me
hold
finish,
on.
please.
Wait a
Let me
minute, wait a
finish,
minute.
because I
No,
got cut
ain't
off.
nobody finna finish
My
shit.
bad.
We're gonna have order on the panel. That's what we're gonna have.
So
Can't
go
nobody
ahead,
gain.
Troy.
Hold on, wait a minute, Marky. You ain't gonna control the shit, so I am.
Man, Dub, you need to calm down. Go ahead. Go ahead, Troy.
Woo! The rabbit got the gun.
Man, all you niggas about to be backstage. Go ahead, Troy.
You niggas.
I've
What
been
I'm
trying for 5 minutes to move on. Go ahead, Troy.
go ahead and move on, brother, man. Let's get to the
All right,
Israel
now
topic before we
you
got to
Negroes can
close
come
out.
back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now the thing is
This man
I'm
talking
trying
about.
I'm trying to make this show right, and I told Marky, I said, man, you're a hell of a host. I'm trying to make this show for the people so they can listen to what we say. Everybody can't talk at the same time, and what we just had was a montage of individuals talking at the same time, and ain't nobody gonna gain anything from it. So we got to be in order. I think everybody on the panel would agree with me when I say that.
Yes, sir. I was next in that order, by the way.
And we were having
That's okay.
You're absolutely right.
Hold on,
You're absolutely right.
Hold on,
I
guys.
don't need you to agree with me. I don't need anybody to agree. What I need is my brother Marky. Marky, run the show. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
on Marky.
and we were having a great and very in order and cordial discussion before that point. But so let's move on to our final topic of the night. This brother on the screen, we're moving over to Israel. For the past couple of weeks, anytime we brought up Israel, it's been from the context of Gaza or from what they're doing maybe in Iran. But I don't think anybody has really been talking about what's going on for the Arabs and Palestinians that are currently living in the borders of Israel. This young brother, his name is Saif Musalet. Excuse me if I mispronounced his name. He's actually a U.S. citizen, born and raised, I believe, in Tampa, Florida. His father owns an ice cream store out in Tampa that he works at. Was over there visiting some family in Jerusalem. These Israeli settlers, who I'm gonna say it right here, right now. You ain't gotta agree with me. You could disagree with me if you want. These people are terrorists. They are no different from the KKK, and they enforce Jewish supremacy. And the IDF, they stand back and let it happen. But going into this brother, he was. I'm gonna just say what it is, and YouTube, they're probably gonna take down this stream anyway. So I'm gonna just say what it is.
Let's not. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
All right, fine.
You can do it your way, but we simulcasting right now, and
all right, fine. Most of fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, but okay, I'm gonna just say these settlers, they claim that he was throwing rocks at them, and the IDF came out with a statement that a terrorist was killed. It's an absolute lie. This young man, all he did was walk onto his family's land. And what happens is these Israeli settlers, what they do is they put up tents on the Palestinians' land in Jerusalem. And then what they do, they terrorize the people and get them to leave so that they can steal their land. This young U.S. citizen had the misfortune of walking onto his family's land and was viciously attacked with clubs, batons, and they beat him to death. And I'm not saying that to be funny, BBO. They actually beat him to death. And then the IDF, in the meantime, while paramedics were trying to reach this young man's body, was throwing tear gas to prevent them from getting to his body. Because, excuse me, this is what I think. I think they thought that this boy was an Arab. I think they thought that he was just a Palestinian born there. I don't believe they thought or believed that he was an American citizen when they made that horrific decision to unalive him. And then another young man who I guess was a witness to the event, they went over there and put a bullet in his chest. So they killed two of them. And this is a common thing. If you're a Palestinian or you're an Arab over there in Israel, you are living under a system of apartheid where the law does not apply to you, or excuse me, the law does not protect you. These people can literally walk into their homes, put their feet up on the sofa, and if you try to put hands on them and throw them out, they're going to come back with 20 people to unalive your entire family. And the military is going to protect them. And they're going to say that, well, it was terrorists that attacked a Jewish citizen. So this is not the only instance of this happening. I'm going to post the articles about some of the just horrific things that were talked about in Gaza, where this magazine came out with a story from 6 soldiers that talked about how they were ordered to drop grenades from drones on little children without warning in order to create an evacuation zone marked by blood, in their own quoted words. But DubRightSide, what's your reaction to, I'm gonna call it what it is. This was a horrific terrorist attack on this young man who was a U.S. And one more thing, the U.S. ambassador to Israel is calling for accountability, but that's all he's done so far is just tweet. I haven't heard anything except that 1 week ago where he called for accountability. Go ahead.
No, in my opinion, and I'd like to have an opinion here.
No, let Peter go. Let Peter go.
Okay, go ahead, Peter.
I can tell you right now that Zionist Christians in this country are not Christians. Because Christians don't kill their own. Jews do. Okay? You can go ahead and say whatever you want, but these people are bloodthirsty, nutcase lunatics. Okay, you don't just wipe out an entire, system of people, and that's what they're trying to do. They have control of our government. Okay, the United States government is controlled by these people. Okay, I mean, the United States government condones genocide. Let that sink in, because it's true. They're doing it in your name, whether you like it or not. So get ready, because Israel is about to be isolated, and the United States is about to be isolated along with them. That's why Trump's having a hell of a time with his tariffs. He's having a hell of a time because the world, in fact, the Security Council is going to go around him. They're going to go around us. And the reason being is because you cannot condone murder. And that's what it is. It's cold-blooded, bloodthirsty murder. And that's all it is. I don't care which way you put it, man. You don't blow up tents full of innocent people and their kids. You don't use their kids for target practice. No. And that's what they do. And they've been doing it since 1948. Ariel Sharon, Lebanon, killed 3,500 Palestinians. No problem there. He died of a stroke in hospital. Fuck him. He can kiss my ass. You know. Yeah, the entire state of Israel has been horseshit since they've been there, since the Balfour Declaration. It's been nothing but a pain in the ass. We used to get along with the Arabs. Can't anymore because we have Israel sitting there. And then look at Congress. Walk through the halls of Congress. They all have an Israel flag by their door. I mean, come on. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. They're all bought off. We're all bought off. And Trump, let me just say this about Trump. I voted for him. I'm not happy with the way things are going, but I realize he's between a rock and a hard place. And the reason being is because he wants to do the right thing by the American people. He knows there's murder going on. But what are you going to do when you have a bunch of administrative agencies walking around you on the backside dictating policy? Because those guys aren't elected. They don't leave office. They stay in their jobs year after year. CIA, New Endowment for Democracy. All these guys are over there and they're working. They're working right now. They're over in Georgia against Russia. I'm telling you, man, we're American people are getting fleeced, and we're getting fleeced for a bunch of people that we don't even know about. It's highly, highly, highly disturbing, in my opinion, man. I never thought I'd see it in my life, but it is what it is.
Marky, may I cut in?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Pearl. Then I guess we're gonna go to either BBO or Dub next. Go ahead, Pearl.
I just want to say thank you for having me on the panel. Dub.
I'm listening again, Piero. I'm listening. I'm trying to figure out.
No, for sure. Man, check it out. I think you dig it. If you don't, it's all good. It's all good. But I don't know. I'll just listen to it.
I'm gonna make it your theme song. I'm gonna make it your theme song when you come on the show.
No, you gotta get my drop first, and then you can make my theme song. But yeah, no,
I got the drop. I got the drop too.
There's bars in that. There's bars in that one. Markydan's avatar is in those lyrics too. So anyway, yeah, like I said, thank you for having me. And just a little homework for all the Christians on the panel or listening to our voice. Look up the Crusades. I'm out. Peace.
Shout out to Piero, man. That's my brother right there. That's my
Absolutely.
brother. Yeah. Piero, hey, one thing, regardless if I agree or disagree with him, one thing I can always say is Piero, he always gives me something to chew on and something to learn from. So shout out to Piero.
That was crazy, but we're gonna so anybody else have any thoughts on this topic? Dub, BBO?
I'll say this, man. I'm gonna say this, man. I know it's always popular to talk crazy about America. And I'll just say this. The reason I feel the way I do is because when you think about America, man, to even have this conversation, let you know how great a land that we in. Nothing's perfect. Only place that's perfect is where they raise pigs. So all those people who say, well, this should happen, that should happen. The Bible tells us we'll be living in peerless times. If you remember, the Palestinians had an opportunity under Bill Clinton to get 15% of the land that's in Israel. They turned it down. Bill Clinton to this day swears to God, we had the deal, and they turned it down. This is what we always have seen. This is Ishmael and Isaac going back and forth. The Bible said they would always be enemies of each other, and that's what we're seeing. It's just that simple. It's not even. This is before we even born. Trump said it best. They've been fighting so long, it makes no sense. It is. I mean, Ishmael is the Arab nation. Same thing with Isaac being I don't believe those are Jewish people over there. I don't. Those are not Jewish people. Those are people from Russia and from the Asian continent who are posing as Jews. And that's another story for another day. What's going on is wrong anytime we have a loss of life. And all I can say is, man, I hate to see all the children passing away. And, no matter what, I support Israel. And I just hope that they get rid of Netanyahu, who's a corrupt guy. And it's really Netanyahu. It's not the Jewish people. It's Netanyahu. That's it.
I don't disagree with that, BBO. I do think that it is the 14 hard right-wing parliament members that are a part of Netanyahu's coalition that are forcing him to do this, because Netanyahu understands if he does not roll with them, they are going to collapse his coalition and he will lose power in government, because they will call for a no confidence vote.
They gonna do that anyways, Marky. They gonna do that anyways.
No. They probably are, but listen, once that happens, he's done. They are going to drag his behind before the high courts of Israel, and they're going to convict him for corruption, for all those champagne bottles and private jets and hotel rooms that those foreign dignitaries were paying for him. So yeah, he's going to go to jail if he does anything that Smotrich and Ben Gvir, those right-wing ministers in his cabinet, say. If he goes against anything they say. I don't necessarily disagree with that. At the same time, I'm not with the state of Israel at all whatsoever. At the end of the day, that is their head of government, and he is making these decisions in the name of Israel to bomb and ethnically cleanse that land. I did my research, and I mean, it's crazy. One child per hour dies a horrific death in Gaza. And not like death, like, oh, you die in your sleep. No, like starvation, like getting blown to bits by grenades and ordnance getting dropped on your house, like getting crushed to death by concretes and buildings and getting shot. So absolutely not. I'm not even finna play with that. Like, no, and respect to you, BQ. I respect your opinion whatsoever. But me, I'm not supporting Israel or their economy. Nothing in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Not in word, not in dollars, not in actions, not in nothing. So, anyways, anybody else got any thoughts on this topic?
Yeah. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you one thing right now. Israel just bombed the only Catholic church, the oldest Catholic church, Catholic church in Palestine. They went ahead and bombed it. Bombed it and killed a couple of folks inside it. And then they spit on Christians. So if you're a Christian, get ready to get spit on.
That don't surprise me.
That is a fact, Peter. And that's after they said that, or excuse me, they've said multiple times in their policy, we don't bomb religious sites, even though they bombed every mosque in Gaza. Mm-hmm. But now it seems that they're trying to take some accountability with this by saying, yeah, we fucked up and murdered 13 people for nothing. But go ahead, Troy Graham. What's your thoughts?
Absolutely nothing that country does surprise me. In 1997, I'll make this quick. Samuel Scheinbein, he, I guess as you say, he took the life of his friend, dismembered him, whatever. His father was a Jew. He never been to Israel. His father knew he was being chased by the police, put him on a plane to Israel, which wasn't legal. And he never got to serve his time over here. He only did 24 years over there for murder. And then when he got out, he got to a fight with the police and they killed him. His father went to Israel. Israel refused to send his father back to face his crimes in America. And he didn't really serve no time in Israel. So nothing that country does. And then every year, this country gives them billions of dollars and no one could tell me why. Nobody.
Is that you, Troy?
That's me, Troy. Yes.
It's me, Pete. Remember me?
Not really, brother. I'm sorry, but how you doing?
Pretty damn good. It's good to hear you.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Troy. I asked Marky this, and we've had this conversation a lot of times. What the hell are we supporting Israel for? I've had, and me personally, I've always said that, man, Israel, these people, I think they have, me personally, I may be wrong about it. We spoke on Mossad. I think that's the standard as far as international clandestine movements. Mossad is the standard, in my personal opinion. I think everything was working for Mossad. For Mossad, excuse me. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Who knows? All I'm saying is what's the infatuation with Israel? I have no understanding of it, and I understand people tell me religion. I understand what folks tell me, but it doesn't connect for me. I don't understand the love for Israel that the United States have. I don't understand any of it, and I think it's out of order. These are some of the most violent people if you look at it, if you look at what they do, some of the most violent people in the world. But these are, I guess, and what Marky would tell me is well, these are the chosen people. These are God's people.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
When I say he'll tell me that, I'm saying Marky is saying this is what the United States thinks. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't believe any of that. I don't believe it. And so some of the most violent, out of order people, this is what the United States. This is what we're supporting. I'm 100% against it. I'm against it 100%. And I ain't the smartest person in the world. I think most of y'all are probably smarter than me. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is if I can look at it and make these assessments, then I think a lot of y'all will have the same assessments that I am. So what the hell is the government doing? What are they doing? It's ridiculous. Go ahead. I apologize for being long-winded. And Mark, this topic is long-winded, so I understand.
Nah, you good though. But to add on,
let me say,
yeah, go ahead, Pittsburgh team. My bad. Go ahead.
quickly, as far as Israel go, everything dealing with them is straight propaganda. Since they didn't have this war in Gaza, they have not let international reporter in for almost a year. So everything you get is straight from press releases that Israel is releasing. Nobody ever investigates them. When they do pass out food, they had a separate agency that was passing out food to those women and children that are trapped there that aren't even military personnel. And every time they pass out food, because people are in such a desperate state, if they throw a rock, if they show any manner of aggression, the Israeli army just gun them down, and there's nothing ever done about it. Nobody investigates it. Every week, it's over 100 women and children that are killed there. And all you get is a report because there's no journalists there to investigate that. And so everything we're getting from Israel, which has been for years, is just straight propaganda. So people can put together what they want with that. I just don't believe a lot of stuff that comes out of Israel because it's just coming from them. If people got a problem with Trump, there's no way you can have a persistence okay with this because nobody can check anything. Nobody's allowed to go there. They had their own news agency. They shut it down when in Gaza. There's no news agency there. There's no international agents that are there. If there are journalists there, they're only allowed to go where they're telling them to go, and so they're only writing and seeing what they're allowing them to see. So we don't know what's going on. What we do know is people are dying. What we do know is that Israel, the country, keeps growing. How does the country keep growing? How do you keep taking land? People just surrendering land to you, or you killing them and taking it? Like these are questions that people are never going to ask because all these politicians, they just in these people's pockets, and they have those stupid pens and they got them flags. We always see these congressmen, these senators, these House representative people with pens and flags of Israel all over the place. But you ain't never seen that Yahoo with no American flag on his lapel. You ain't never seen him stand up behind no American flag. So like this stuff is just crazy. And I'll close with this. If you look at Israel, Israel has free health care. If a woman have to have a baby, that whole maternity leave is paid for. They don't have to pay for a lot of things we do. So how could we be in debt and give these people all this money? It just don't make no sense besides the resources that they have over there and that shipping port that they control. There's nothing else that's over there.
No, that
Shout out to my brother
that was-
Pittsburgh, man.
Absolutely.
He telling the truth. He telling the truth around this motherfucker, man.
Anytime we cook on this topic, Pittsburgh Tea always comes with probably I'd say the most informative view on this. I posted 2 links in the chat. One of them was a link to 972 magazine, which is a magazine publication out there in Israel. And to touch on also what Pittsburgh Tea said about the reporters not being allowed into Gaza. Israel actually had their the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, they actually have a censor department. So if you are a newspaper, you have to send your material to them before you can release it. Now, I am shocked that they allowed this story to come out. But the first link I dropped was from 972 magazine, which is the story about them interviewing 6 soldiers that served in Gaza and them talking about how they served in a drone unit and they were given orders to drop grenades indiscriminately on anybody that entered the evacuation zones, and they would do this without warning. And they did it whether they were children, women, whatever. In their eyes, if you entered that zone, you're Hamas, and you therefore you deserve to die. And they say everybody else will get the message. The second article I dropped, touching on Bibi Netanyahu, was basically talking about how Bibi Netanyahu is the reason October 7th happened, and he's the reason this war is still even happening right now. All these hostages in Israel could be home right now. But because Bibi Netanyahu is so power hungry and because he wants to stay out of prison, he killed the ceasefire that would have brought all 200 hostages home. And now that the New York Times article, it goes more in depth to talk about how the Israeli generals, Mossad, like DubRightSide were saying, they were warning him about the October 7th attack for months, and he did nothing. So this whole situation is on Bibi Netanyahu. He is like, I know I'm not God, so I don't really I really shouldn't say who's gonna go to heaven, who's gonna go to hell. He's gonna burn in hell. There is going to be a very special pot down there for Bibi Netanyahu.
Bro, it's Zionist expansion. The Zionists want land. They need more land. Okay? And the United States is right behind them. Except, here's the deal. Here's the deal with the United States. The United States has probably got 8 days of fucking fighting. And then they have to go nuclear. Okay? Because we ran out of missiles. We don't have any missiles anymore. We've been giving them to Ukraine. We've been giving them to the Europeans. We've been giving them to everybody else. We don't have any more damn missiles. Every one of those missiles costs $2 million a piece. You know, and that's just, and I'm not talking about Tomahawks. I'm talking about Patriots. We only make 600 of them a year. We're running out of missiles. We're not, that's why we're not sitting there trying to bomb the hell out of the Yemeni anymore. The Yemenis, they've been fighting us for 8 years. And what's happening? Red Sea's still closed. So here's what's going to happen. And this is just my personal opinion, but I kind of look at it from a geopolitical angle. Trump's trying to get his ass out of there. He's trying to get out. He's trying to get out. You know, he said, well, you know, we're going to sell Europeans Patriots, but then the Europeans go, oh, we're not going to buy them. Okay, fine. Gives us an out. Gives Trump an out. Because geopolitically, as far as economic goes, if we don't check into the hotel reality real soon here, we're going to get beat to the punch because the world is going around us. New trade routes are being developed. Okay, they're developing. Mexico is going to join BRICS. You see what's happening? These guys, Europe and the United States, are in a bad spot right now. You know, and they're sitting there scrambling, trying to push people around, but they're not going to be able to push people around very soon because China, Russia, India, Brazil, and the global South isn't going for that crap. They're going to start trading regional currencies internationally, and they're just going to say, fuck the dollar. So what's going to happen to London, Germany, and France? They're going to have to suck it up. And they have no fucking national resources. You know, the best thing we could do right now as a country is join BRICS. That's the best thing we could do right now.
Yeah, I got to give you some pushback on that, Peter. That's all wrong, brother. They just passed the crypto bill.
Wait and see, man. Wait and see, because history repeats itself. You'll see.
Peter, hold on.
They just passed the bill. Yeah, I mean, well, you might want to go look at the bill that they passed for crypto. And if you're not familiar with stablecoin, you would need to familiar yourself with that. And all of that decentralized money and the idea that Bitcoin is separated from the dollar, it's no longer going to be separated from the dollar. It's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio from currency, from commodities, and also from algorithmic trading. With that, that's what a stable coin is, where you have $1 of Bitcoin and it's $1 of gold or $1 of of Bitcoin, and it's matched up with $1 US dollar. So if anything, it's going to bring an inflow. It's going to bring an inflow of cash into our currency and do a stabilization. It's not going to do the opposite. So it's going to be attached to it. Just people who are not familiar with it, familiarize yourself with it. Look up stable coin. If you never heard the term before, look it up, and you'll see there's 3 different types, and you'll see how it works. And people who are not familiar at all, educate yourself on it, because it's moving and it's changing. It's not the same. Bitcoin is not the same where it used to be, where it's completely decentralized anymore. It's just not that anymore. It might have started off that way, but these new bills change a lot of that. They even have an agency on top of that where they're regulating it now. That's part of those 3 bills that they just passed. So no, we need to look and be more informed of what's going on with those coins.
Pittsburgh, real quick, I just want to say,
It doesn't matter with Bitcoin, man. I've been in Bitcoin since 2017. I've been scraping off the top of Bitcoin on my meager investment since 2017. All I've been doing is hitting a home run. No, man, they can't. They you know what the problem is they can't, condition the blockchain. They can't go ahead and get ahead of the blockchain. The only thing they can do is use it, but they can't control it.
That's part of what the bill is, because they're trying to get rid of those decentralized. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of those decentralized blockchains, like what's it called? The market. I remember it was a whole crypto market I used to go on. Then they have obviously Trump's World Liberty Financial. It's a couple more of them. But yeah, they're trying to get rid of that.
Well, no, what they did is they allowed
money. All I've been doing is making money.
But what they did is they allowed BlackRock to come in as an ETF and be the largest. Yeah, they allow BlackRock, which is the largest purchaser ETF. They have the largest ETF fund to come in and start purchasing Bitcoin. So they manipulate that market completely. They can buy and manipulate and dump as much as they want whenever they want. They have complete control over that. If you look at the largest holder of most assets in the U.S. stock market, it's BlackRock. And now if you look at the largest fund for Bitcoin, it's BlackRock. So no, they've already done the things that they're going to do. That's why they put those bills on, because they're already in place for you to come in. They've already manipulated the market. It's not what people say. That's what I'm saying. People need to go and read those bills. They need to look at some of the things that have been done in those bills. And there's some people that can really break that stuff down and make you understand it. And if you don't understand stablecoin, you don't understand how this stuff is working. You need to familiar yourself with stablecoin. If you don't understand that, that's something that people are going to have to understand, because that's what's coming. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have Walmarts, the Amazons, the Googles. They're all going to have a stablecoin that's going to be attached to the dollar. Yep. That's what's going to happen. And that's the new thing that's going to happen, and that's going to happen rather quickly. And that's going to allow the U.S. government to take that money and buy more treasuries. If they're buying more treasuries, it's going to support the dollar. So that's the game.
Hold on, Peter. Let him finish. Peter. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Peter.
Where are you going to buy more treasuries from?
We're already buying our treasuries.
That's what quantitative easing is.
Oh shit!
We're already buying our damn treasuries.
My bad, Pittsburgh T. Hold on, my bad. Peter, let Pittsburgh T finish, please. Then I'll let you go, Peter.
Yeah, because if we buy the bonds, if we buy our own bonds, we are no match for $1 trillion company such as Amazon that every quarter their revenue is $180 billion or something crazy like that. So if they start putting their money into the stablecoin, it's not the same thing. It's not even the same flow of money. So no, I think a lot of the stuff that people are operating on is the old way of stuff is going. Where they're going with stuff, they haven't even gotten there yet. But you have to be anticipating it, and you have to know the basis of what this stuff is before we start calling out stuff like it's going to corrupt the dollar and that brick stuff. That brick stuff is a cool idea. When you look at stablecoin, you'll see how insignificant BRICS is. It's just not going to have the impact that people think it will have.
No, and quickly, I'm gonna let you go, Peter. I just wanted to touch on what you said, on what Peter said. It is true. The way how we fight wars has to change. It's too expensive. Even just this campaign we had against the Houthis, back in April, we spent almost $1 billion dropping ordnance on them, and we lost two F-18s, I think, to these goat herders who are building these FPV drones and kamikaze suicide drones for anywhere from $2,000 to $30,000, whereas a Tomahawk missile costs $2 million to produce. So no, I absolutely do agree with Peter. We need to change the way we fight wars. I think we need to invest more heavily in our drone infrastructure. And the Patriot missiles, I do agree. I think if Europe decide they don't want to buy it, then that's on them. Respectfully, like we do have to look for our, to our own borders. Now Ukraine, they locked in because they had that mineral deal, so they're gonna get their Patriots. But we have to look towards our own defense and our own borders. I do agree with Peter 1,000% with that. And a lot of the things that we do when it comes to our military is not sustainable. Even this Golden Globe project, like there are some estimates that say that could cost $1 trillion to produce and build. And our defense budget right now is $1 trillion. So some of this shit that is just not feasible. And Peter, if you wanted to respond to Pittsburgh, I'll let you go ahead on the crypto point, and then I'll let everybody get their final word so we can get out of here. Go ahead. Peter Von Arx, going once, going twice. All right. Okay. Anybody else got any final thoughts? Any final words?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing right now.
Hold on.
That lithium field out there, the Russians took it. Okay, it's Russian. It's going to be Russian from now on. The Russians aren't going to give up one iota. They're not going to give up one kernel of land, one piece of land. Okay, that's the way it's going to be over there. Trump doesn't have a doggone leg to stand on. The best thing he can do is just sell weapons to the Ukrainians and hope they don't buy them. That's what he's trying to do, is get out of that war. Actually, I got to hand to Trump, man. Okay, I'll sell you some weapons. And now all of a sudden, France, Germany, and England being the worst because they're a bunch of fucking doofus. Yeah, they don't want to buy them. Okay, if they don't want to buy them, fine. So Trump isn't going to sell them any weapons. And what are they going to do? Send a bunch of tourist weapons in there? Bullshit. To hit Russia with the Orishnik? You know what the Orishnik could do? I mean, people think the Russians are stupid. They're not stupid. These guys are highly intelligent. They're highly intelligent, just like the Chinese, just like the Indians, just like the Pakistanis, just like the Iranians. Believe it or not, the Iranians are highly intelligent people. And we're sitting there saying they're stupid. They're not stupid. They're smart. And technology has opened up the world. I just don't understand what these people are thinking in Washington. It's like time to check into the hotel reality, man, and quit with this bullshit of walking in there with diplomats and pushing, pointing your finger at people and telling them what they're going to do. Nobody's going around with the unipolar, rules-based agenda anymore. Even Mexico showed up at the Rio de Janeiro BRICS summit. Let's face it. We're coming to the point where power is changing hands. We either play along with the world or we don't. We're not going to be pushing anybody around anymore. And it's a good thing. And the reason being, I'm really glad this panel is having this discussion. The reason I say that is because it's time we all checked into the hotel reality. Nobody wants to go out there and the only people out there killing anybody is Israel. Those people are nuts. There's no way the United States is ever going to take control of the Middle East. We used to have good relations with the Middle East until, we inherited Israel from the Great British. But they're not even going to last. Israel's ports are shot. Their airports are shot. They can't get through. They can't get anything through the Red Sea. They're in deep trouble.
Nope. The Houthis are bombing the shit out of them.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
and they're still killing people. They're still killing people. I mean, with impunity. That's crazy. And I mean, Americans are not like that. We Americans are not like that. We're live kind of people. We don't like to see, that kind of genocide going on. But what are they doing, man? They're doing it in our name, which is even crazy. You know, my brother and I had this
And the
conversation
crazy
today,
part
man.
is, no, absolutely, Peter. And then I'm gonna go to Troy Graham. Then I think D-Ray is basically asleep. But then we'll go to DubRightSide to finish us out.
Wait a
But
minute. We ain't going to. Oh, wait a minute. You out of order. D-Ray ain't
no,
sleep.
I love D-Ray.
You out
I
of
love
order.
D-Ray.
You
I
out
love
of
him,
order,
but
man.
he ain't been speaking. I think he's asleep.
I can guarantee that brother ain't sleep. I can guarantee.
Okay, all right. But okay, there we go.
Put some respect on his name.
Y'all ain't finna disrespect my brother, man. Y'all ain't all y'all my brothers up here. All y'all my brothers. But
All right.
we're not gonna have the disrespect going on.
All right. Okay. But I was just going to say to agree with Peter. No, we don't tolerate genocide over here. Like the entire Second World War was like I call the Second World War. I call it the Age of Heroes. Even though things in our country, when it came to race relations and different minority groups, wasn't perfect. Matter of fact, you could even argue that in a lot of areas it was satanic. The level of poverty that was enforced upon different groups. However, we went over to stop Hitler and his supreme master race, and to free those people from the Auschwitz camps, and to free those people in Poland and France who are under the boot of the Gestapo. Nah, these motherfuckers just going back and they decided, you know what? We're gonna be the Nazi. We're gonna be the fascists now. We're gonna ethnically cleanse these people out the land and unalive them whenever they try to resist us. And we can do it because we're Israel and because we're right. We're God's people. Absolutely not. Troy Graham, go ahead. Give me your final words. Then I'm gonna go to my very awake and very alert brother D-Ray. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say this. I hoped in my lifetime I would never see another world war or another live during the time of a world war. Too late, because we're headed into that. I never thought I'd live to see a civil war in this country. Too late. We're definitely headed there. It's really, I'm gonna say this very meaningful because I mean it. It's my hope that Trump and all his followers go buy an island and drink that Kool-Aid and disappear from existence. I cannot stand these people.
Does that include me, Troy?
I cannot stand it.
Does
Are
that
you
include me, Troy?
are you a MAGA?
I voted for Trump. I voted for him.
Well, like I said, if you voted for him, all of y'all could go to that island, man, and then drink that
I need
Kool-Aid.
to be on the island. There we go. All right, that's fine.
Hey,
I wanted to be sure about. I wanted to be honest and open about what you were
if
saying.
you're a MAGA, I'm talking to you. That's who I'm talking to.
I didn't credit. Well, it is what it is. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I ain't gonna.
Okay, no, that's it. I can't change how I feel, because to me, it hits hard when you're telling me you can just grab someone up from the street, even though they're a citizen, simply because they wasn't born here. I wasn't born here. So basically, I could be doing my walk like I do, and they could grab me up and say, okay, well, you fit the description. Next thing you know, I'm in Florida, or I'm in a different country without any due process, and I die. You think any of these maggots are gonna care? But you know how God works? This dude has a heart problem, Trump. He has fluid on his legs. He probably got fluid in his lungs as well. So his time will come, and I'm not wishing that or hoping that, because it'll come back on me. But he's gonna suffer just like the suffering he caused, and that's all I got to say.
No, absolutely. Trump is either going to die in office, or they're going to get him up out of here with the 22nd Amendment because he's mentally incompetent. But I agree with everything you said, Troy Graham. Go ahead, D-Ray. Give me your final thoughts.
Hey, man, I want to say, hey, I appreciate being part of the panel, man. You know, my avatar look good up here. But now listen, bro. I want y'all to share this, bro. Quickly, because it might not last too long if that AI person was really listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, like, I and it was a wide range of topics, but we going from Epstein to Israel and everything in between, bro. Hey man, I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of the show, man. And I wasn't gonna sleep through this one, man. Come on now. I was waiting to jump in. Hey, but it was like double dutch, bro. I was like, shit, boy, they rolling though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess it up, man. So I thank y'all, man. Great conversation, great insight, bro. And if y'all can subscribe to all the people up there, and let's keep this thing moving forward, because and that's the last thing I was gonna say almost, Dub. You need to almost have an after hour show, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is just now getting rolling. Peace.
Peace, D-Ray, man. Thank you so much for coming up, man. I really appreciate you. Dub or Peter Von Arts, what's your final word? Or did you already give your final words? I think you did. But go ahead anyways. I love hearing you talk. Go ahead.
My final word is they're probably going to blow the fucker up. Probably going to blow us into smithereens and crack the world in half, and we ain't going to be around. I don't know how I ever ended up here, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm an old guy, and I look through my life in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. Now I'm in my 70s. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It's been war ever since I've been a kid. And I don't know. I got a feeling somebody's going to do something stupid and just blow it up.
If that happens, it'll be because of World War III with China and Taiwan. I see that happening. But Peter, it was awesome having you up here. I always love talking with you because you are very educated, especially when it comes to war and what's going on in Ukraine and over there in the Middle East and Europe. DubRightSide, close us out.
Well, first things first, man. Shout out to everybody, because this show wouldn't be, and it's getting better and better and better and better every week. Markydan is, if y'all don't know, and I tell him on a regular basis, he's become a hell of a host, and he understands how to control the situations, and I got so much love and respect for him. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, shout out to Markydan. Shout out to everybody who jump on. I always say, y'all can, a lot of times I sit here, and if you notice, I love it. Anybody who know me, Markydan call me the long-winded one. I'm gonna be long-winded in my breakdown right here. But I love to listen to y'all because I learn so much from each individual on the panel. I learn. And shout out to Marky for making this possible for us to have this show. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with a lot of the things that y'all say, but at the same time, I still learn different pieces of it, and I think that's the most brilliant part about the show that we have. Anybody can learn if you listen, and you listen to these different individuals speak on the level of governments, right? The things that the historical documents or historical happenings. You know what I'm saying? It's it's entertaining to me, and I really appreciate everybody who joins us, because if it weren't for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Now, me and Marky, we're going to be able to talk about it anyways. But at the same time, y'all bring so much more to the show. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all pull up. And Marky, thank you, because you've been doing a hell of a job. I done told you this behind the scenes, but I'll tell you this on the scene. Damn it, man, you're growing as a host, and you're doing a hell of a job. And keep doing your thing. And just know, man, I'm rocking with you. I appreciate you allowing me to be your co-host, the simulcast with you. And shout out to Peter Von Art. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Marky called the whole. Go ahead. Go
Dub.
ahead.
I just want to say one thing.
Please be quick. Please be quick. Go ahead.
Dub, you are a hell of a good host. A hell of a good host. You have a hell of a good panel, and you handled everything really cool, in my opinion.
No,
I try my best. I try my best, and I appreciate that.
No, most stuff. Thank you so much
Real
to everybody.
quick.
That came up here. Yeah, please be quick. Go ahead, Dub. I'm really
No,
strapped for time.
I'm done. I'm done. I got you. Go ahead. Shut me down.
Most stuff, man. Thank you to everybody that came up here. Thank you for everybody that was in the chat. Please smash that like button, subscribe. Democracy 101. It's a growing channel. This show me and Dub are doing every Friday. It's growing and growing. I hope to see more people here next, or the same group of people here next week, because I love this group, man, especially with Peter and Pittsburgh T and Pearl and BVO. Every one of these brothers is very educated, very eloquent in the way they speak about these situations. And lastly, before I go, well, let me not say that. Not while you simulcasting Dub, but I'll just say, man, pray for Gaza, pray for peace, man. That situation over there is so heartbreaking. Like, I mean, I in preparation for this video, I was just looking at some of the pictures of the victims, like little kids that have been starved, little babies that are skeletons. Absolutely not. Like, we can't tolerate that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I put my initiative in the description of my video, so I encourage everybody to join me in it. But once again, man, DubRightSide, thank you so much for being up here with me, and I hope we do this next week, same time.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace to everybody.
Peace.